Alright, my Park Saber just came in, which is why I'm doing this. I'm so excited, like, words cannot hardly describe. 5 months and 2 days, I think that's literally right. It's within a day or two. It's at least 5 months. It's ridiculous. But I'm going to say it's worth it, easily. This is the jaded model. It is the Mara Jade replica. When I bought this, I did not even know who Mara Jade was. I bought it because it looked like it would be the most functional. It's got plenty of space to hold on to it. It's nice and pretty. I love what they did with the little grips right here on the end. It makes it look just beautiful. Every part of this thing is beautiful. It's nice and shiny. It's got the control box right here, which is also the on and off switch, the tension wrench right here, which secures the blade. I thought the battery holder would bother me a little bit, but I don't even notice it really. Cover tech, which I favor over D-rings, so I can already tell you, just by holding onto this thing for 2 seconds, it's definitely my favorite. I've got another one on the way, but I already like this one better. It is just so easy to hold on to. It's got the groove right here, which stops it from sliding out of your hand if you're doing some serious twirling or serious spinning, which is my favorite thing to do with these things. The detail on this thing is ridiculous. As you can see, there are a bunch of fine little grooves here. All of the hex head bolts, the plating, which makes it even easier to grip. This is an actual Graflex knob that was turned into a tension wrench. It's just, everything about it is awesome. This is the Dominic's V2, I think. I don't remember what it's called exactly. It's an RGB. I bought it at DragonCon a while back. It does not have sound. Note, that is why I'm doing this review. They're both on the same footing. If you want sound, go with Ultra. You've got a cheap soundboard, a bunch of different options, a bunch of support there. It's the place to be. Sound, like I said, not too terribly important to me. I'm more of the stunt kind of guy. I like to play around with them. I like to duel. Now, I like the RGB option. I really do. It's definitely worth it. If you get one of these, don't get stingy. Pick up the RGB, especially if you're as flaky as I am, because I can never decide what color I want. Purple is really my favorite color. It is what color my Park Saber is, as I'm sure you'll note in a second. This is a standard Ultra blade. It is not the combat blade. It is not the Ultra Edge. Kind of looks like a shiny metallic almost, even though it's just polycarbonate and the reflector tubing. I've actually got a combat blade in here, which, just for the record, make no mistake, everything can be broken. I'm also doing this review with that in mind. It is important to note. This is the combat blade. It's twice as thick, it's twice as heavy. It's still relatively light. You know, it's a lightsaber blade, it's polycarbonate. There's nothing in it, so it's not terribly heavy. And honestly, I couldn't tell you a difference as far as what they look like. This one is not any less bright. They both look great. Yoink. But yeah, as far as lighting them up, let's take a look. I don't know if you guys can actually see me or not. I don't have a camera, so I'm just using my phone. My favorite part about the Park Saber right here is that you don't have to pull out the wrench. It is a cleverly disguised, easily grippable knob right there. So you just slip the blade in, click it in, tighten it just enough so that it doesn't allow you to really push any farther with the light. You know, you don't want to over tighten it on either of these or you'll mess up the blades. But bam, this looks blue, I'm sure. My camera is not very good. It is actually noticeably purple in real life. Similar to the Master Replicas Mace Windu. It's a little on the blue side, but in a moderately lit room like this, as I got sunlight coming in, it's pretty purple and I love it. It's awesome. It's nice and light. My favorite part about this one, I just turned it off, is you may be able to see balance right on the emitter, which is fantastic for any of you fencers out there. Not perfect. I know that, at least if I've been explained correctly, you actually want the balance point right here, about an inch ahead of it. But I think it's the most realistic you can get, because obviously if you had a real lightsaber, your center would be right here. But yeah, my favorite part about this one, I know this has been done before, my camera may pick it up a little differently, so I'm going to do it anyway. This is the strobing effect. It looks absolutely incredible in real life. It strobes just slow enough that you can tell that it's kind of ooh, but it is fast enough that it doesn't ever look like it's off. It just looks, honestly, more like a lightsaber I think would look in real life, save for the fact that it's not as bright, obviously. It is really bright. It's the purple one. It's not going to be as bright as the blue one. I'll compare those probably in the comment section when I get my next one. I'm getting a blue blade and a red blade. But it's easily my favorite of probably any lightsaber I'll ever get. My batteries are kind of low on the Ultra Saber. I should probably move this out of the way. Thing I don't like about the Ultra Saber is that I have to pull this wrench out. I know it's not a big deal, but if I'm out in costume, I don't know where I'm going to put the wrench. Also, it just takes more articulation, and I don't have a whole lot of that to spare. Same concept, just spin it until it doesn't really give anymore. It's not going to come out. Both of these are true. Like I said, it's an RGB, so I can pick which color I want. This looks awfully pink. My batteries are low. It looks much better when the batteries are high. I've got this looks like Arctic blue. I guess in the RGB, you're going to end up with an Arctic blue more than a Sunrider's Destiny, but that's an opinion. I don't actually know. I'll probably use the Ultras for dueling, just because they still look great. They're honestly just as bright, maybe a little bit brighter. I don't want to necessarily say that because, like I said, my blade's not as bright as it could be. It's the purple one. These are pretty bright. I think the Ultra emits more light to the sides, but this has a more focused blade. Obviously, these are cheaper to replace than the $125 Parks blade, so I don't think I'm going to be dueling with that one. Both of these far outclass Master Replicas, even if sound is your thing. You're not going to break the Park Saber. You're not going to break this one. If you do break this one, which is not going to happen before you break the Park Saber, it's $30, brand new blade, done. And that is pretty much my 2 cents. Like I said, I'll add a few comments once I get my next one in, as to more clearly compare the brightness of the two. And guys, get a Park Saber, get an Ultra Saber, get both of them. If you're a real Saber fan, there is nothing cooler than this right here. Why choose, right? And that is it.